my first day back at the gym, and I'm kind of excited, honestly, but also I'm not. It's way too early. I didn't feel like waking up, and honestly, if my girlfriend wouldn't have been there, I probably would not have woken up today. But hey, here we are. It's my first day back. It's just about getting back and not be absolutely sore afterwards. So the training is literally gonna look a little pathetic. It's just gonna be a couple exercises for like 2 sets max per muscle group. So it's a full body plan. We're gonna do like 3-4 exercises in total and leave a shitload of reps in the tank. So don't get at me. It's just day one. It's just about not being absolutely sore. So again, as I was saying, today's training is just about getting back in the gym. And most importantly, see where I am at. Strength-wise, reps-wise. So pull-ups, I just did 2 sets, and that's it. First set, I did 9 reps, and the second set, I did 5 reps. So we're gonna memorize 9 reps. Now, well, I'm heading to work. It's 7:14 or something like that. My work starts 7:30. I'm working as a marketing manager, just in case you didn't know. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'm gonna grab a protein shake, some fruit, and that's gonna be my breakfast. Today's training was like, I don't know, I like to say, it's training like a pussy, because this is what you have to do when you go to the gym for the first time and you just hit it hard, because that's what people do. They go to the gym, they're motivated, they're gonna do all of the stuff, do every set, every rep to the max, and then they're sore for like a week. What's the point? I've said this 1,000 times, but this is what it's all about. And then this way I can train again in 2 days. And this way it also doesn't interfere with my cycling, because I won't be as sore. And then eventually, after 2 weeks of doing this and getting back, then I'm gonna have my training program. Then I'm gonna hit it hard, because I'm also not gonna be as sore. But for now, let's go grab some groceries. It's actually not that early. It's 8:05 in the morning, because I'm actually on vacation, because we're taking care of this little one here. Hey. She doesn't belong to us. She belongs to my girlfriend's parents, and they went to Italy, and that's why we're here. We're taking care of her, we're taking care of the house and the garden, and yeah. So the routine's a little bit different. But since I like going to the gym in the morning, well, usually, I want to stick to it just a little bit later. We are on our way to the gym. I'm doing the passenger princess today, basically. Because
today?
Well, always, because I don't have a driver's license. But I'm kind of excited. We are basically doing a full body program. Why full body? Every beginner or anyone who hasn't been to the gym in a long time, when they come back, they should start doing a full body program. It's the best way to get frequency in. Frequency as in you train each muscle group multiple times a week. Therefore, your progression is very quickly or very rapid. And the volume meaning how much, like how many sets you're doing per muscle group, is also very low. So you're not gonna be absolutely fatigued and trashed afterwards. And so therefore you can train 3, some people even do it 4 times, but that's too much in my opinion, 3 times a week. And yeah, that's what we're doing right now. The place where we are right now is a little more on the countryside. It's further out. There's more room, therefore the buildings are a little bigger, and therefore the gyms are a little bit bigger. This gym here, honestly, is one of the best gyms I've been to. And I've been living in Canada and in Germany. I've been to all the different gyms, many different gyms. And this is honestly, it's not busy, and it just has the best equipment. It has Cybex equipment, it's huge, you have room for everything, and you can tell that the owner of the gym used to train, that's what I'm trying to say. And the culture, the community, and how they treat people there is just very nice. But now let's turn on some music. Quite embarrassing. I'm actually pretty freaking weak with my legs, but yeah, you just have to accept where you are, and this is where I am right now. I'm cooking, man. I know. You've been out and you had some food. What else do you want? This kind of food I can eat every single day. Not only is it nutritious, not only is it delicious, but it's good for you. It's good for your recovery. You have lots of protein. You have a good carb source. You have some veggies. Like, what else do you want? Back from my first hard run, my legs kind of hurt. So, my story. Well, when I was a kid, I was always very active. I loved playing soccer. I loved being out with my bike. I was out all the time, way too much. At this point, I did not work out. The only thing I did do were push-ups and crunches. And I still love the Rocky movies. Hardcore fans will know the Rocky movies and the Bloodsport movies, okay? With Jean-Claude Van Damme. Still like them, still love them. Whether it was their physique or the way they portrayed themselves or the music. Oh my God, the music in Rocky 4, the whole soundtrack, but the movie basically consists of nothing but training montages. But that's why I love it. And yeah, these were my role models. And that's why I wanted to lift weights. But my parents didn't allow me to because they thought it would stunt your growth. Really? At the age of 17, that's where I moved to Canada. I quit playing soccer. And now I was in a new country with a new language and everything was new to me and I just didn't want to do anything. I started playing soccer, as I said, and I leaned way more into the playing Call of Duty part. So I was at home all the time, just playing Call of Duty all day, 24/7. That's where I also got into competitive Call of Duty and I made some money. A little bit. And then my parents were like, especially my dad and my brother, they were like, hey, this kid is spending way too much time inside of his freaking room. We have to get him out. He looks like a skinny little bitch. I was skinny. Maybe you can see some pictures here and there. I was very skinny all my life. So my parents signed me up to a gym. And that's where it all started. My obsession started. It became my first and my last thought. I read everything there was to read. I watched YouTube videos, all the YouTube videos. And in every magazine, in every freaking internet YouTube video, they said, you gotta eat big to get big. And boy, did I eat. I ate basically all the food. And everyone who knows me knows how much I can freaking eat. I just have a huge appetite. But now I had a goal. I need to eat big to get big. But at one point it was so much food that my mom got tired of cooking. I'm sorry, now I realize how bad it was. Sometimes it was 1 a.m. in the morning. I was like, oh, I have to eat more food. I still have room. So my mom got up out of the bed, cooked me some food so I can eat it. And then she went back to bed. At one point she was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this shit anymore. You want to eat your fucking food? You got to fucking learn how to cook. And then she kind of taught me how to do the basics, how to cook rice, how to cook chicken, how to do this. And that's the side story. That's where I learned cooking. Fast forward a little bit, I went from 60 kilos to close to 100 kilos. At one point, I was even over 100 kilos. But that's where I realized, all these 2 years, I didn't realize how much progress I made. Okay, I was just eating, I was training, I was just doing this day by day, week by week, month after month, year by year. And then after 2.5 years, I had a little vacation. I went back to Germany to see my friends and my sisters. And none of my friends recognized me. I just walked past them and then they looked back. They were like, Adrian? I was like, yeah. And they're like, what the hell happened to you? And the inside joke was that I kind of ate the old Adrian. And you can probably see some pictures here and there. Now, fast forward a couple more years. Now I am around 21 years old. I did some cuts because, there's an off season where you build muscle and then you need to cut to look a certain way. And that's where I also realized I don't have as much muscle as I thought I would. And I think everyone who's been in this game long enough knows this feeling. You think I was 225 pounds, 100 kilos, big AJ, and I thought, okay, if I lose a couple pounds, I will be shredded. I will look like the freaking phenom. Yeah, I was, let's say 98 kilos. I don't know the exact numbers, but I was around that weight. So I was like, I need to lose a couple kilos to look a certain way. I lost that weight. I looked nothing like it. I was like, okay, I got to lose a couple more kilos. I did that, and it still did not look a certain way. At the end of this freaking whole process, I was like 85 kilos, and I was like, okay, now I kind of look like I lift. Okay, great. Now I look like the average black person who does not work out whatsoever. Great. When I was around 23, 22, I was at an all-time high. My physique, my strength, my body dysmorphia was just sky high. From the start of my training, so when I was in Germany, moved back to Germany, I basically tracked everything. Not the first 2 years, I was just eating and training, but after 2 years or so of lifting, I started tracking calories because, this is just what you had to do. That was the best, not you had to do, but that was the most accurate way. But because of the whole tracking thing, and everyone who's tracked calories knows how much it can, there's no easy way to say this, fuck with your brain, okay? As I said, I was 23 years old. I was, for me, physique-wise, on top of the world. I looked great, I felt great, except the body was more for the whole negative part. But COVID happened. And that's where my cycling journey kind of happened. I remember first time I rode that shit, 70 kilometers, my legs were burning, okay? Like they were hurting like I don't want to say the word. But then I went on a 150 kilometer ride and then an 80 kilometer ride. I just fell in love with the whole being able to go somewhere else I've never been to and just the whole vibe around cycling, okay? That's where I kind of fell in love with it. And the gym, on the other hand, kind of went into the back. I still kept going to the gym. It just went from 5 to 6 times a week to 2-3 times a week. And then eventually it just dropped completely. And I was fully, because of my obsessive behavior, fully into the cycling game. And I kind of wanted to do the same thing with cycling as I did with training. Fully immersed into it. Now, why I'm telling you all this shit. I'm at a point where I want to combine the cycling and I want to combine the gym. I want to be able to both to the best I can and kind of see if that is even possible. Why am I trying to do this? I struggled with going to the gym. I know like a lot of people, especially triathletes, they have no problem like balancing 2-3 sports. But for me, whose only obsession was the gym and then kind of just went to cycling and now I want to get the gym back, I just always had a hard time doing this. And I'm at an age now where I feel like I do have enough experience and I know how to be able to balance both of it. Why do I want to get back? I just love the way the gym makes me feel. I love the way it makes me look. Back to this Rocky, Jean-Claude Van Damme stuff. I just love the way they look and it makes me feel great, most importantly. And I just want to get that feeling back. Physique-wise, just to give you a better picture, I just want a leaner, less soft body. That comes easy with just having more muscle again. But it's not just about the physique, okay? I know I'm going to sound like old health person, but having muscle has tremendous benefits. One of the most important things is longevity. As you get older, muscle becomes more important. As you get older, you lose muscle. That's why you need to counteract that by building muscle, having more muscle. It does have lots of benefits, even with your blood sugar levels and all that stuff. It's great to have muscle. Just keep that in mind. Now, okay, how am I planning to do this? Adding the gym back into my life is another stress factor. It's something else I have to recover from, so you have to keep that in mind when you're trying to plan your training. When it comes to training, when it comes to bodybuilding or gym, the best way to gain muscle is to be in a slight caloric surplus, meaning you eat a little bit more food than you burn, and you train hard, you eat well, and that's how you gain muscle and you get stronger, okay? But with cycling, I cannot gain weight. I'm not allowed to gain weight because, as you know, cycling is all about watts per kilo, so you have to kind of keep your weight in check. I hope it works out. I have a way to do this, in theory. From now till around December is basically my off season. What is an off season? In bodybuilding, the off season is basically the time where bodybuilders have time to gain as much muscle as they can. It's basically you build the foundation, you build everything in the last couple weeks or months before the show, you fine tune. And for me, because the fine tuning happens in January, I want to present my best physique. Therefore, my off season has to be like before that till December. So from December to January 22nd, this is where I have time to fine tune. If I have too much body fat or whatever, I still have some time to lose some weight or whatever. So this is basically time-wise, that is the frame. So what are my goals in the off season? The goals in my off season are basically to gain as much muscle as I can. To get even if it means gaining a little bit of weight, I have time from December to January to lose that extra weight that I will gain. But I have to keep that weight to an absolute minimum. Will it work out? I don't know. I hope it does. Well, I guess we'll find out. Now the part that I really don't want to do is the body check to see how I look as of now. God, I already don't like this part, but I'm just gonna do it. Fuck it. Anyone who's ever had a road bike or a bike knows how important the bike fit is. Paula's gonna be waiting right there. She is. Come here, come here. Yo. All right, and that's my beauty right here. Honestly, having a garage is so freaking nice. We live in Munich and we have a little apartment, and I just don't have the luxury of this. It's just nice to have. Yes. Bike fit. I've been having a little problems lately because I feel like the saddle is too high or the reach is too long or too short. Honestly, I have no freaking clue. I've been trying to fix it, playing around with it the whole time. I've also been struggling with my cleat position. God, I forgot my fucking shoe. That's what I wanted to say. These are my cycling shoes. Specialized. Honestly, I like the color, I like how they look, but I wish they would be all white and not black and white, because all white looks better, I think. But what I'm gonna do right now, I feel like the fit is not as good as it should be. I feel like I have to get this cleat position up a little bit higher. I actually want to go for a little ride today and take you with me on a random Thursday and kind of just check out this area. Wish I had a gravel bike there, but I don't. And I just want to get my legs spinning a little bit. Nothing too crazy, not a workout, just some zone 2, just cruising around, checking out the area. But this weather, I mean, I don't know.